right, all right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so let's get into this. It's going to be a today's topic video. It is for the 27th of August. And so let's just see what we've got here. Let's just see. We start out with rest after labor, the harvest moon. Okay, so we possibly have a really lovely energy on the 27th of, someone who feels like they've really been grinding. They've put, all their energy in this. Could have been somebody who's had a very busy last couple months, a busy last week. But they're in a place now of finally getting a chance to like rest and rejuvenate. Hi, everyone. So great to see you all. Um, this feels like a character has put their all into something. You see her like cuddling up her little baby here, and both of them are just peacefully sleeping now. Anything can be our baby, right? The work that we do, the things that we care about, anything that we nurture in life. But I'm going to say that possibly the 27th will be a day where either someone is pushing really hard and then by nightfall they can finally get some good sleep, or they have been pushing up until this point and they'll finally be able to rest. So we'll take a look and just see what the bigger message is here. We definitely know somebody has earned the right to be tired. I mean, I don't think you have to earn the right to be tired anyway, but we have a Two of Cups in the reverse. We have the Magician upright. Is this somebody who was fatigued because they were dealing with, say, a false Two of Cups? They had a lot to like unpack. They've been, kind of dismantling a previously held idea or belief system, or maybe the whole Two of Cups relationship energy just really drained them. This could be somebody who is getting off of the, concept. Like I don't believe in the twin flame journey that other people refer to it as. By the way, that is not a challenge. Please believe whatever you believe. More power to you. I personally have an issue with the whole mythos of it. I don't think there's just stuff I disagree with, but it doesn't matter what I think. This card, that was often called the twin flame card, the Two of Cups card. And it almost feels like maybe somebody has decided, I don't want to, hold space for somebody. I don't want to go through the ups and downs and the drama that maybe sometimes go along with that powerful, like spiritual bond, if that's what we want to refer to it. I'm not sure that a character is going to continue anymore. They perhaps have been working very hard to let themselves release a concept and maybe release a person who they admittedly did have a strong bond with, but maybe it was super draining. This is somebody who's actually like intentionally manifesting the next chapter of their life. Sweet. You're so cute. We got the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is, it's looking at things from a different view. It's pausing for just a minute. I really think someone, what they've been laboring for is to gain a different perspective on a really powerful relationship that I think they're letting go of. And they needed to see it from a different lens. Maybe they needed to see it as, you know what? Maybe I learned everything I needed to. Maybe the reason that person came into my life was to teach me how to let go. Teach me that there's more than one great love in this lifetime. Maybe to teach me that, if we're looking for something that will help us to release the tension, it could be that we have a character saying, maybe I called this in on purpose because this was a lesson I wanted to learn with this person, from this person, or help this person learn some other lesson themselves. I feel like it's a day of surrender. I don't feel like it's sad or melancholy. But this could be a feminine specifically who's letting go of somebody. This could have been somebody that she had a child with, or somebody she wanted to have children with. This could have been like someone who once upon a time she was like, that's my other half of my soul. We've got to be together, even though we have nothing but ups and downs, even though we're half the time not together, even though we push each other's buttons. And then finally, it's almost like she's worked through all that thought process and has instead said, maybe we're not going to be together, but maybe there was a great reason that I met them. And now maybe the bigger lesson here is to quit fighting, quit fighting for this, and just let it be. Let it be what it was. Two of Wands, it's like she's passively saying, universe, let me just say, if it's going to be this freaking hard and have to fight all the time, maybe finally I'm realizing I need to quit fighting and I need to go with the flow. So universe, is there another path for me? In your infinite wisdom, I accept. Send me, I'll hop on my inner tube and you just let the current of life carry me down some other rabbit hole now. I think she's surrendering. She's surrendering this concept that this is a person she must be with. She's surrendering the need to even be with a particular person and allowing what comes next to kind of be like, who knows, when I wake up, I'll figure out what my day looks like. I'll figure out what the landscape of my life looks like. I definitely feel like her, because I'm picturing somebody whose hands have just been super clenched and they're finally, also I'm picturing somebody who like clenches their jaw at night. Somebody who she could have been really unhappy for a really long time, cried herself to sleep at night, could have felt like she was spending more of her waking hours thinking about them, wondering about them, obsessing even over, the most recent argument they had, or when are they coming back to me, or how are we going to make this thing work? And I just kind of think that all of that was a process that she had to go through, though. It was not wasted. It wasn't like she was like sitting stagnant. I think what she's going to discover is this was what she needed to do to get to this point of releasing. It's kind of like how we have a grieving process that has many steps to it. Maybe that's what this was for her as well. The feeling of this is super important. Of course I want to fight for it. Well, that's a beautiful thing. But when fighting for something that the other person's not present for, or they're not contributing, or they don't want to fight for it too, or they're unable to fight for it with you, over time it becomes like, hey, maybe there's a lesson in this for me. Because how come I'm the only one holding on to this and trying to work it out? How come I'm the only one still thinking about this? Let me look at it from a new lens. And I kind of feel like that's what she's done, which was, again, all part of the process. These were step by steps that she had to take to then say, you know what, I surrender. Universe, I surrender this. I will go down the rabbit hole of wherever I'm supposed to go next. And come to find out, it's beautiful because she has done a ton of work without even meaning to. She didn't even know how much she's already progressed. It might have felt like she was stagnant for a long time. She wasn't. This is such a reassuring message. I feel like when she wakes up, she might have the first best sleep she's had in a long time. Maybe she doesn't astral travel and connect to them. Maybe she doesn't think of them. She has one good night of real deep, restful sleep where she doesn't dream of them at all, and wakes up and realizes, damn, that was me processing. All this time I've been processing. I'm way further along in like moving on from this, or just accepting whatever the landscape of my journey looks like. And they were a part of it. They were a mountain that I climbed, and I didn't realize that I had already gone over the mountain and I was heading back down the other side, that they were a major, like a training obstacle for me. But now I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling maybe a little tired, but also I'm sleeping better than I ever have. It just feels like such a huge weight is off of her shoulders because she has surrendered whatever she had been holding on to, whatever concept she was holding on to. She has surrendered that. Eight of Cups, we see her literally being able to walk away from this and feel more empowered for having gone through all of this. Not bitter, not heartbroken, not like, well, I guess they were a false twin flame. I guess it was crappy. I went through, hurt and pain because of that person. No. She's not vilifying it. She's not vilifying herself. She's not feeling like a fool. She's not doing anything other than saying, they were like a pretty significant mountain that I had to climb in my life. But how does it feel when we do anything that's hard in life and we get through it, and then we can look back and we go, I can't believe I was able to do that. Like, that was pretty impressive. That took a lot of me. That was really hard, but I did it. And I'm kind of really proud of myself. I feel better for having, climbed that mountain. That's the way I think she feels. This is a great day. The 27th has nice sleepy time in it and a wonderful set of refreshed emotions, and feeling like she finally got over somebody, or she finally just accepted that they were in her life for a reason and they're out of her life for a reason. Six of Swords. This could be a day where she's really liking the universe again. If she was ever pissed off at the universe or thought, why the hell did you even have to let me meet this person if and feel like it was a divine connection if it was never going to work. Like, how crummy is that? What kind of nasty little universe, shows me something and then says, but you can't have it? That doesn't make sense. Well, now she's realizing, oh, I actually do like the universe again. Okay, this is good. She's no longer pissed or wounded. In fact, she's like, maybe the universe has been like ushering me forward all along, saying, this isn't really for you, babe, but there's better stuff up ahead for you. So you got a taste of some stuff. You learned some things about yourself. You learned what you don't want. But you also learned that you know how to love and really be somebody that could be faithful to somebody and really try to make something work. So you've got serious stamina. You fought for something, which that's beautiful. That's great to know that about yourself. You're the kind of person that can love very, very deeply, but you're also a wise enough person who can, like work through a process and understand when to let go and when to keep moving forward. All of this is like, I feel like even the little angels are cheering for her, and she's feeling pretty good about this. There's a huge sense of peace, and there's more of a trust in like the divine for her is what I would say. Ace of Pentacles. Even, the cow sometimes to me represents the Milky Way, the great cosmic cow that spilled the milk into the sky. The Milky Way galaxy in different cultures was seen as different things. I always liked the fact that the Romans viewed it as like the pathway that you take when you pass on to go to heaven. It's like the road that you take. They saw it as a road. Several cultures saw it as roads. Or as a road, but some also saw it as like literally spilled milk from the cosmic cow. But this just feels like the cosmos is saying, yes, you do get a new beginning. Yes. And this is right now. It's year of the snake. We have the snake here. We have the snake here. All of this is like, this was meant to play out in this timeline for her. Like, I don't think she could have sped this up. I don't think she could have been over this person any sooner than this year, or any sooner than here and now, because keep in mind, it was a process. You can't skip, processes. Just like, I'm about to turn 45, but first I had to be 44. And before that, at some point in my life, I had to be 5 years old. And at some point before that, I had to be 2 years old. And, we don't get to skip ahead and be like, okay, I'm born, but I think I'll just jump into, age 22. And then I think I'll fast forward again and just jump up to, 55. We don't do that. There are certain processes that take time, and aging is a great example of that. And with aging comes wisdom, and we can't fast forward. Even if, we could say that maybe we can learn lessons faster, but this story kind of says, can we though? Or do we have to take the full, step-by-step process, and it takes a certain amount of time, just like aging does? So maybe this is just right. Maybe this is just the way it had to go for this experience. It was going to take as long as it took, and this happens to be the big wrap up. Two of Swords. Okay, that's it. We don't have to talk about this anymore. She's done. This is where we are officially flying away from this. Even the angels are ushering her forward. Like, this isn't just lip service. She genuinely is done. She doesn't have to think about the ex anymore. I don't even think she will think about the ex anymore. It's almost like this lovely brain block that's coming in. Like she's pruned her neural, tree in her brain so that certain memories and thoughts are just being kind of like clipped out, because, like when we donate stuff that we don't need anymore, sometimes we pack stuff up and we keep it in the closet, or we keep it in storage because we're not ready to let go of it. Then other times we go, man, I've lugged this thing around, or it's taken up space in my garage for how long? You know what? Let me just give it away. Let me go donate it. That's where she's at. She's donating these memories away so that they don't take up any more space in her garage, in her brain. I just kind of think that this doesn't say that it's because they weren't important. It's just that that's so done and over. It would be like if we wanted to hang on to all of our baby clothes, like, oh, I wore this when I was, my onesies when I was 6 months old. Most of us don't. We might have some sentimental thing that we pack along. I can see moms hanging on to stuff of their kids. But for the most part, we don't hoard all of our old baby clothes as we become adults. We don't really have a need for it. So we don't usually hold on to certain things. And that's kind of what this is. I'm not holding on to this anymore. Molly, you sweetheart. Thank you for being here, babe. So good to see you. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, so this year we still have a nice chunk of this year left, right? And it's about to get sexy. Okay. If you're sexy and you know it, clap your hands. We have got somebody, and she could be a little embarrassed about this, but you notice here's a snake again. This time, I don't know why I'm hearing Prince songs, and I just picture. I guess this symbol. It's not Prince's symbol, but it kind of reminds me of that. But I'm hearing all kinds of sexy Prince songs. Little red Corvette and blue light. Can you turn on your blue light? I don't know. There's just something here. Uh, what is it? I adore you. That's I'm not going to quote the lyrics, but go listen to it. Only Prince could pull that off, I'll tell you. I feel like we have her looking at her future now, her immediate future. I always look at this as about the next, 3 days to 3 months. She's blushing for a reason here. She got green eyes all of a sudden. That can be little Austin Powers. I'm horny, baby. Do I make you Randy? We've got kind of this energy of passion coming back into her life, desire. She's excited about her future, but she may also, in this latter half of this year, the year of the snake, I mean, we're still rocking this year, and it is a year of change. It is a year of transformation. It's a year to shed an old skin. That's nice. She's headed for her wolf pack. I think she's going to become much more social in this next chapter of life, and I think it begins, on the 27th. We see massive transformation occurring on the 27th, and then the rest of her life begins. I know it's a lot to see happening on like one day, but sometimes when you're done, you're done. When you close a chapter, you close a chapter. When you're done reading a book and you close it, you might still think about that book for a little bit, but other times you're done reading, you close it, and then you're on to the next book. If you're a voracious reader, I can get really like one book after the next sometimes. And unfortunately, sometimes I forget the other good ones that preceded it because now I'm three more deep, deep down the road. But I feel like that's kind of where she's at. I know it seems fast, but remember that she completed something and donated all those old memories and pruned them right out of her mind. And now it's exciting. She's got new people to connect to. She's genuinely, I think, going to start being not only more social, but she may find that she connects better with more people. Kind of like a whole chapter of her life that's been a little bit put on hold as she was working through this process. It's like now she might enjoy talking to her family more. She might enjoy interacting with other people, but she might also discover that she's a pretty hot commodity all of a sudden. These could be suitors. These could be people flirting with her. Chances are people always flirted with her and she never noticed, but now she's going to notice. We definitely have a lusty, fun energy here, but we also have her like enjoying this. This is not like, oh God, what do you mean I'm going to meet people and there could be dating and stuff ahead for me? I'm not ready for that. No. This is somebody it's so refreshing to see a character who is not saying, okay, I'm done and I'm healed, but I still have to do more healing or I'm still not ready. This is like, show me where my wolf pack's at. Show me where, of course I want to play. Of course I want to have a really good, if you've ever seen like how wolf pack behaves, it's so sweet. They so enjoy each other. They're so happy to see each other when they, especially if they've been out, at a distance and then they come back together. There's just such an obvious, like, joyful welcoming back to the pack. Four of Pentacles. I feel like she's coming down from the mountain, coming down out of isolation, and I think it's going to be a very warm welcome for her. She's also stored up a lot of passion because I don't think she's been kissing anybody in a long time. So yeah, that's probably why we have some, it's like if you have been too busy to eat for a while, you've been busy at work all day, and then finally your work day ends and you go home and you're like, God, I'm ravenous. That's kind of what it seems like. RS love. Yes, hungry like the wolf. I love that. That's a great song. This just feels like she's all of a sudden, like all of the passion that's been stored up that she didn't share with everybody or anybody, all of the conversation that she didn't have with anybody because she was still in her mind over them. all of that is going to like come, look at this. I was going to say come bubbling out, but we literally have the Queen of Cups. This is somebody's heart who is so wide open. Somebody who's got, also, she has some new pearls of wisdom. She may be a little bit more serene than she's been before. She may be wiser. She may, like, I feel like her skin is going to look amazing too. This could be that she's just like radiating a sense of peace, but she's also, you know how good it feels when you come back to yourself and you feel like you're present again and you're not hurting anymore and you're ready to love people again, or you're ready to enjoy other people's company again. You can actually see other people because you're not trapped in your own head anymore. I don't know. I feel like her skin looks gorgeous and clear, but that could just be her own like aura. But she's I think just leveled up to a new version of herself where it's like a little bit more regal, a little bit more, she's definitely very sensual. A Queen of Cups is extremely sensual in a different way than like the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands can be really flashy. Queen of Cups is like she draws people in, kind of like I'm gonna say not like zombies, but like people gravitate because she has the energy of the moon. So people are drawn to her flow and they don't even know why. I definitely see her attracting people and they're going to be attracted to kind of like this undercurrent, this sultry. If she makes eye contact with somebody, they're not going to be able to look away. They're going to be drawn toward her. It's very much a magnetism. When we couple it with the Chariot, by the way, strong Cancerian energy here. This is like our crab has come out of their shell, very ready to interact, very ready to make emotional bonds. And this is a thing that I think she's even hungry for because she hasn't had this in a long time. So now that puts a different context here. It's not just about like passion and desire. It's like, I am ready to bond. I'm ready to mate. And I mean that not just in a sensual way. I'm saying I'm ready to actually have a mate. I'm ready to, have the companionship, the kind of like a very profound connection. It's what she let go of was the illusion of a profound connection with someone else. And I think that's why she's like, okay, now I know the difference between illusion versus somebody that would be the real deal. And I think she's better at making connections and bonds and probably going to be much better with those pearls of wisdom that she now has. She'll be much better at being able to say, there's a whole lot of sexy wolves out there that I could bond with, but the level of bond that I'm looking for. So in the wolf pack, only the alpha pair mates for life. So she's looking for her alpha. And I think she knows the difference now. That's a lot to take in for one day, but this is very exciting for her. I do think it could be a shocker. She could even have her head spinning by the end of the day. Like, I cannot believe this. There were like 5 people that flirted with me today. In fact, it seemed like anybody that I turned and looked at gravitated toward me. Like, what the heck? How come I'm turning everybody on? She could be a little bit surprised by that, but she handles it like a goddess. She handles it. This could be a masculine just as easily. Bear that in mind too. But she's going to be excessively flirted with on the 27th, but it comes simply from who she is right now. So very beautiful. I'm like super excited to see such a strong message. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Just so you guys know, my day starts at about 4 in the morning tomorrow, and then I won't be back until probably 5-ish at night. So when I get home tomorrow night is probably when I'll be able to get a couple of additional zodiacs. I've got a couple prepared to come out first thing in the morning, but we'll see. The day is going to be slammed, so I'll get to what I can. But if I don't see you guys much in any live videos, please just know it's because I'm actually going to be. It's just a really busy day tomorrow. So anyway, Empress Unicorn 111. Hi, sweetheart. RS Love, thank you again. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Feeling my soul. Ginger Montague. Hi, baby. So good to see you, babe. Tina's just passing time. Awesome to catch you. Buongiorno, Christy. Jeb. Hi, hun. Annette Summersby. Hi, sweetheart. Calm Seas. Little night owl action. See Nelly run. Hi, honey. Shariza Ali. Thank you for being here. You're so cute. Who needs sleep anyways? Probably we all do. RS, love, you're so cute. One story before bedtime. Well, I hope I just lulled you into sleep. Tech Ellis, hi. Thanks again, Molly. So delighted you made it to alive. RS, love, thank you. Oh, sweet dreams, honey. Thank you so much. Anisha Chatu. Oh, shout out to you in Sicily. Oh, Anisha, that makes me so happy to think of you in Sicily. Soak it up for me, okay? Hello, smile, please. Patricia, Gabriella Ramondo, Dana D. Me, hi. Ian Bell, and Anna Guerrero. Thank you for being here. You're first in the house tonight. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening. Anishta Chetu, I have to say, if you make it over to Taramina, like if you are, Taramina is up on the hill, right? But if you come back down the hill and it's just kind of like, oh, probably not more than like a 6 or 7 minute drive, there are some, like there's 2 hotels that are staggered on the side of the mountain. One of them has a glass gondola that you ride up to the top. And I believe that one is called like Olympia. And just fantastic. The gondola was amazing. I was there in Sicily once, and that is where I ended up staying, and it was so magical and just such a great view and such a lovely place. So that is not a plug for any business. It was just a real life experience that I just have to say that was really awesome. So wherever you are in Sicily, I'm sure there's many places just as beautiful as that. It's just the one I'm familiar with. So thank you for taking my mind back there. But yeah, I hope you have a great time. All right, you guys, take care. Bruce Reed, hi honey. Thank you, Bruce. Glow, hi sweetie. Danielle Williams, awesome to see you. Danielle, on Monday, I will give you a little thank you card pull also. I didn't get a chance to tell you that yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to let you know. So I'll see you on Monday in the Members Corner, love. All right, you guys, take care. Bye for now.